Hey folks, WooFDriver. Coming at you live. I'm sorry, I thought we were live before. I'm not sure if we were, but I'm going to fill you in 1 sec and make sure I'm live here. It's sometimes what happens here. Yeah, we are live, it looks like. I think we are. Yes, we are. Okay, so you are live with the WooFDriver, and I'm with my wolf pack today, doing some free ranging. I'm going to show you. That's Zorro. This is the Chase Man. That's the Jagster, and that's the Pretty Princess. I'm wearing the camera, and hopefully you got a chance to see this. We started about, let me see, I'm going to put in, this is my Garmin GPS Alpha 100 collar. I'm going to check our mileage. Our mileage is 1.5 miles. Before I started, I did a pre-live broadcast to give you a view of how I get ready to do this, essentially. I get to the farm, and I get the ATV in order, set up some of the collars and camera equipment, and then we're out free ranging. So hopefully you got to see some of that. If you didn't, it's very interesting, and you'll see stuff here that you've never seen before. So join my group, which is WooFDriver Unleashed, and it'll fill you in on everything I do. Special broadcast. Got some really cool stuff coming up. We now have a Wolf's Den, it's called. It's my WooFDriver Den. It's the studio where I'm going to be doing live broadcasts that are going to really be interactive with the audience, because I'll be stationary in one place that's going to let you ask me questions and really get 100% of my undivided attention, because of we're out here and what we're doing. I have to pay a lot of attention to the dogs, the equipment, the area, etc. But in the studio, I'm going to be able to show you some of the videos and really give you some insights of training and how everything functions with what's going on in the WooFDriver world. So it's really humid out. It's not hot. It's like 79 degrees, but the humidity is killer. I'm going to get the guys going now. Come on, guys. Free. So I don't know if you saw that, but unfortunately I didn't have the camera pointed. I tell them, I'm wearing the camera, by the way, so I can turn it and spin it, so hopefully I can give you a good look. Come on, guys. Here. Zorro. Zorro. Chase. So you can see, as I call them, they come over the right way, because the field will split us up, and I won't be able to see them on the other side of the field. Now, I can always see them on the GPS. That's why they're wearing these Garmin GPS collars. But I don't know always what they're doing. Now I know if they're moving or sitting, because the collar is smart enough to detect that. But they could come in contact with a small critter, as I was explaining earlier. I don't know if you caught that. And that can become problematic. So that's why I say you never know what we're in the call of the wild here. You never know what we're going to run into. And that's why it's exciting. And when managed properly and the dogs are trained properly, it's nothing but pure fun. Here comes the Jagster running right past me. So now I've got all 4 of them. Princess is on the left. She is the oldest, so she's going to be the slowest. And I'll get this being with her wolf pack mates. If it was just her and I out here, she'd be way behind me. And the reason being because she's competitive. And a lot of Huskies are competitive in nature, and that's what keeps their mind challenged, because they're so high strung. They need to be psychologically challenged, and we do that through exercise. But it's not just like if you throw the ball, they're not going to go get it usually. That's not a Husky thing. It has to be something that's instinctually appealing to them. They're very prey driven. So chasing stuff, running is about what it's about, and of course pulling. Now they were bred. We do that, but we do a lot of other activities too that a lot of people wouldn't be able to do, because they wouldn't have access to land like this. And I'm very fortunate to just network myself, and I've found areas that I can do that. The people who own the land, so it's not something that come on, guys. I'm trespassing on anybody's land here. This is all legally what it's designed to do. I'm going to give you a view behind me if I can. And I've got a rear view mirror. Come on, Jag. Come on, Zorro. Sir! He's rolling. He's enjoying himself. Come on, good boy! And I was explaining earlier why dogs will roll. They'll roll into unpleasant scents because I'm trying to get the camera line up here. They'll do that to disguise their scent. So if they were out in the wild, they could surprise their potential prey. The prey wouldn't detect them because it wouldn't smell that it was a wolf or a dog. They would be covered in manure or some other scent disguising odor. They also do it to get rid of their hair because naturally in the wild they wouldn't have someone to brush them or maintain their coat. So they would get rid of their hair, and that would, or it would help at least agitate it enough so their undercoat would hopefully come out of them and they would get less matting. Of course, they would be matted up in the wild if their coats weren't taken care of. Good boys. So this is a soybean field to my left. And we're going to go to the left. We're going to go back into the woods. Come on. Princess is right here in case you didn't know. And she's okay following me. I have a rear view mirror on this, so I can always keep track of everybody. Additionally, she has the GPS collar on, so I can find her if she would. None of the dogs ever wander off, but if that did happen, I'm prepared. I learned from the dogs. Look at her. She is running now. This is such a cool sight. For a gal her age, she's rocking and rolling. And she's doing that because she's competitive and she wants to be up there with the boys. They want to be first in line in the pack because normally they would be first to get the prey out in the wild and first to eat, depending on their pecking order in the wolf pack. But that's how it works. Come on, guys! Come on! Come on! Come on! Now you'll hear me sometimes have abrupt commands that I speak to them, and sometimes they're long and drawn out depending on the reaction and the attention I want to get from them. So this is going to get a little rugged through here. The ATV is fine. The dogs are great. They love this. But I got one behind me. I got these guys in front of me, so I want to be careful. Now Princess is going to go. As soon as she attempts to pass me, I give her clearance. I stop because I don't want to contend with her in a tight area and possibly take a chance of her getting under my tire. Now that's never happened before, but I'm just as careful as possible. So we're on our way down to a stream. The stream changes. This place is constantly changing. So a lot of erosion down here. It's low-lying. The stream will be going one way one day. You come and the next day it seems like it's going the other way. It's pretty interesting. So you never know. If you've been through this run with me before, you'll probably see stuff. If you tune in every week, if I do this every week, you'll see stuff you didn't see the week before. It's just that diversified and that changing constantly. And that is Jag and Princess right there. And again, they're usually the slowest. They take their time. Doesn't mean they can't move faster or be as fast as the other dogs, but they choose to conserve their energy. At Princess's age, it's more of her, that's her comfortable pace. Jag, later in the activity, or what they would consider a hunt, they'll have more energy reserves so they could again be first to potential prey. So it's all different trains of thought and all different personalities going on. Just like in humans, you have that in dogs. It's interesting. And if you caught me earlier, I was saying how much I love the canine behaviors and their interactions. I love it with all animals. I'm very much interested. I keep aquariums, so I'm into seahorses and stingrays and all kinds of fish, saltwater, freshwater. I've done snakes and reptiles and all kinds of stuff. So here's Princess laying down. If she does that, it cools her underside. It's pretty cool, actually. No pun intended. Zorro is somewhere lurking around here. There he is. I tell you. So can you see him? He blends in too well to be able to fully see him. The other two, that's Jag and Princess. And there's a chaser. So we just take our time and meander through this area. We'll get anywhere from 5 to 7 miles today. Chase is wearing the camera today, but I think that I didn't charge that battery. And that camera is dependent. It's not an interchangeable battery. I do have another one with me, but I'm trying to focus my attention to the broadcast so we can have the best broadcast possible. So I'm not going to play with that. That takes a little work to get his collar back on and off, and especially in this environment, because the dogs, now they'll stay perfectly still for me when I command them, but they're a little apprehensive about it because they want to be in the action, and again, anything could show up at any given time, and they want to be prepared to see whatever might come about. Of course, I'm not going to let them get to anything, but sometimes things jump into them, and I get them off of it, but it takes a little work. So, and what I mean by work, it's vocal commands and positioning myself so in the right way. So sometimes you'll turn around, I'll turn around and just leave them while I'm calling them or saying certain commands. That might get them to get off the prey. So, but I've explained this before, not trying to sound too brutal here, but in the wild, they would sense a small animal, especially huskies, because they're a real close breed to the wolf. They'll get the small animal and they just shake it to break its neck and instantly kill it. And then they would, if they were wild dogs or wolves, they would eat it. These guys aren't going to do that because they're domesticated and they rather eat the dog food. So it's a great day with the sun not beating down on us, because the sun beating down on you makes it so much hotter, even if it's not hot outside. Which again, it's not, it's just humid. That's the kind of summers we get. I'm located in Maryland, and we're up in towards Frederick today. I go all over, in case you haven't seen me before. I go to the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia. There goes Chase. That's kind of cool. He just went under a branch. Now, I love it when the dogs are confident enough, or when we build confidence out here in the field, when there's an obstacle that we need to get around somehow, whether it's crossing a bridge that doesn't seem too appealing to them because they can see underneath them. Sometimes the boards have larger gaps, or it's a surface that allows them to see below them. That freaks them out. But I've trained them and worked with them enough to do almost any